Well, it's ice melt season, and that quite often means there's a lot of garbage along here. That looks a bit soft down there still. Oh, there's a bag or something down there. I'll see if I can grab that. I've brought my litter picker with me and a bucket, and I have found a few little pieces already. So I'm going to see if I can get that out of there. I have walked along here before now in the... I'll see if I can get down there. Sometimes that is a little wet along there, so I will see what I can do. Well now, yeah, I got down in here. It's a bit soft in places. There's a place up there I had to go back up the bank and back down again. But not done too bad. It's almost a whole bucket from basically the 200-metre stretch from down there to here. What happens, unfortunately, is in the winter, obviously, it all gets buried in the snow. And this time of the year, when it all melts, this is a good time of the year to come out and find it. Because once all the snow melts out of the bushes, you can find all the stuff that's blown in there in the wind and all that kind of good stuff. So, yes, I don't think we're going to have too much more skating along here. But, oh, I see some more there. Yeah, right. Well, this is quite a nice little spot. I will see if I can find some more up along there. I'm not sure how far I can walk up here because it gets very soft here in a minute. But I'll get back onto the main path in a moment. Well, I've got along to this section. Quite often in the winter I walk right across there. But I don't know how much water there is in there. And there's a lot of snow still the other side. I have found quite a lot of garbage the other side of there before now. It gets trapped in the wind blows it down and it gets trapped. Well, doing fairly good. But, I've crushed the bucket right down because I'm a fair way from a bin at the moment, so I've crushed it right down. But I'm going to continue down that way and see what else I can find. Right, well, still doing pretty well. One very stomped down bucket. So I have to head up to the end here, empty that out. It's good this time of the year because it hasn't greened up, so you can see what's lurking in the bushes. Once it greens up, it's so much harder to see what's in there. You find what I call historical garbage. It's obviously stuff that's been in there for a long time. And because it's all covered in snow and ice and greenery, for most of the year you can't actually see it. So that's a bit of a pain. However, this time of the year you can. Yeah. Right, what have we got going on here? Looks like somebody's been down in there with a chainsaw. Cut up that tree back there. Okay, interesting. Most of those you get left across there, they're good squirrel bridges. Right, so I'm going to continue around the parks that way and see what else I can find. Right, on I go. Right, this section here I quite often find quite a bit of. But I had to look under the stairs and it's fairly clean under there. This looks pretty clean. The apricity at the moment is actually really nice. It's very nice on my back. Right, so we've got a garbage can there, so I'm going to empty that out. Apologies for the noise, but got a major highway right above me, so I will empty this bucket out and go from there. Always good when you find happy helpers. I've just got that guy there to give me a hand with the buckets. It's so much easier to empty these buckets when you have somebody to hold the lid of the bin up. It's way easier. Right, I'm on a bit of a mission over here. A couple of friends of mine came out and did litter picking over here literally a couple of days ago, and they filled up quite a few buckets, which is why it's exceptionally clean actually. I've had to look down the sides to even find garbage. Over here somewhere, apparently, there is a pink sock that's in a very hard place to get, so I'm on a mission now to rescue the pink sock. So let me head over the bridge and see if I can find it. Right, so my directions were down in this corner here somewhere down and around that way is the legendary pink sock. So I'm going to go and see if I can find it. It's a challenge now. Yeah. They cleaned up along here the other day. They got 2 buckets pretty much off of this one piece here. So it's not at all surprised. Right, apparently up around that corner over there is where the sock is. So we'll see what I can find. Okay, so I've been all over here. I cannot see a pink sock. There's a pink sock in here somewhere. I've looked all over. I can't find the damn thing. Yeah. Where is the pink sock? Found all kinds of other garbage. Lots of ice in the river. Trouble is, ice looks like clear plastic this time of the year, which is a real pain to do anything with. Yeah. somewhere in here they say there is a pink sock and they couldn't get it. I'm not sure where. Can't see anything over there. That all looks pretty clean. Okay. Let me head back up across this way a bit. See if I can see anything up here. Found some polystyrene. Oh, I just found another piece of polystyrene. I like finding polystyrene because it's one of the very satisfying things to find, because if you can pick it up before it breaks up into a million pieces, it's actually very good. Right, I will that noise up there, that's the highway, by the way. Yeah, right, so I will continue my search for the elusive pink sock, and so far not having any luck. Let me continue on my way. I have to admit, I've searched all over. I cannot find the elusive pink sock. Found everything else, but no pink sock. Right, on I go. Well, after an exhaustive search, and after engaging the help of a guy down there walking his dog just now, I could not find the pink sock. I was really hoping to find this pink sock. Apparently it's here somewhere. Somebody may have already picked it up. There's quite a lot of people that do litter picking. So I've been all the way around there, all down through the bushes, all up through the marshy bit there. Been all over. No sign of a pink sock. Which is a good thing, which means somebody's probably already picked it up, which is good. Excellent. Right, so I'm going to continue downstream. Probably going to do the full loop today, which is only about 6 kilometres. I'm ambling at the moment. I'm on, this is a third of a bucket, I guess. And yeah, so it's 1 1/3 buckets. So I will continue down this way. And, oh, another piece of polystyrene. See that? That's polystyrene. That is so good when I find polystyrene. I absolutely love finding that stuff. Right, so I will call that it for long here, and I'll move on to the next bit. Right, back down the bottom here. This is bucket number 2. Just done down through the parking lot there. It's actually quite a bit. Just going to empty this out. More happy helpers. But, it's always good if you can time the bin emptying to when volunteers come by. These 2 young ladies just came by out for a run. But it's always easy if they can hold the lid up, because they've got these bear-proof lids on all their bins, that it's much easier if you can get the somebody to hold the lid up for you, that's for sure. You try emptying one of these buckets on your own, not the easiest thing. Right, I'm going to head up along the path up this side. Should be much more melted this side because it's way more in the sun. So hopefully, I keep seeing little patches of snow, and unfortunately the snow looks like garbage. It's like little pieces of white garbage. Right, I will continue down that way. And this is a shot I've done a few times in the past, but I think today I will get my bucket. My bucket, my litter picker. Yes, actually surprisingly clean. It's very nice. Over in the park is good. A couple of cigarette ends here. Bane of my life, cigarette ends. Yeah, they are tiny little things, but they are a pain in the ass. Literally billions of them floating downstream all the time. I should think on a worldwide scale they're probably actually the most polluted item that there is. So if you smoke, put your bloody cigarette ends in the bin. That guy around the corner just now, when I was picking up litter, the guy in the green coat, he was watching me as I was coming along, and he was desperate to throw his cigarette end on the ground, which is probably exactly what he did when I left. Yeah, I think he's working on the construction site over there. But yeah, put him in the bin. There he goes, walking back across there now. So if I hazard a guess, I'd bet you he threw that on the ground. But kind of pointless since there's a bin. He's got to walk past the bin. He's literally just walked past the bin. I emptied this bucket in. Yeah, so hopefully he put it in the bin. But I'm not that certain. Right, I'm going to continue downstream, see what I can find down that way. I do like these little benches. These are good. These are in a good location. Quite often I find garbage in here. I've just spotted a piece just down in the bottom of that tree there. A piece of plastic. Right, I will grab that and head on down there, I think. Right, on I go. This piece along here I tend to find quite a bit. So far, I found 3 pieces. There's another piece down there. So it's actually looking pretty good. I think I'm going to jump down there and walk along the bottom. Let's see if I can find some more from a different angle. Yes, oh okay, yeah, I see another piece there now. I thought it looked surprisingly clean along here. Right, let me grab those bits. Yes, There's a telltale, that little pile of ash there. I might know something about that. Yes, that's from an Ohuhu stove. Using my detective skills, I can tell that's from an Ohuhu stove. Yeah. Water's down quite a way. Yeah, I might be able to get along here a little ways. See if I can find some more along here. Yeah. Yes. Lovely. Yeah, you think the ice would have moved that already? It will. Once the water gets back up here, it will soon vanish. Right, let me go along there and see if I can get along there a little way, see if there's any garbage along the side of the river. Actually, it doesn't look too bad along here. Here's a bit of historical Calgary for you. See this old brick. Just up the top of this bank, Baker Park used to actually be like a town, a separate town. It was for like TB, and it was a sanatorium and what have you. And some of the bricks down here, these pieces of brick, are from the original buildings. Yeah. And when they cleared out all the buildings and what have you, some of that rubble ended up down here. Though. Yeah, it's quite interesting. You walk along here, you find all kinds of things. But right, I'm going to head down that way, downstream, and you always make sure if you're walking down along this river, always make sure that you've got a way out, because this river can rise and fall very, very quickly. So if that water suddenly comes up a foot, 2 foot, make sure you've got a way out. Yeah, I can just go straight up the bank. It's not a problem. But yes, if you look along here, there's actually quite a lot of old rubble. Right, let me continue along that way and see if I can find any more garbage. Well, so far I've managed to stay down on the riverbank, which is good. Finding all kinds of things. There's only one more thing more exciting than finding a piece of polystyrene, is to find a piece of polystyrene that's laying in the river. So I just pulled out a reasonable sized chunk of polystyrene that was out of the river. Cigarette ends, I find loads of them. I hate to think how many cigarette ends there are floating down that river. It's one of the best bloody rivers in the world, and I bet you there's quite a few in there. Yeah, cigarette ends are the bane of everybody. Like, they're terrible bloody things. Yeah, people think they decompose, they don't. It's plastic. Yeah, it just breaks down into a million pieces and stays there. I just bumped into a very nice lady up there. I was chatting to her for a while. She's going to be doing the Kananaskis Trail cleanup. They do the Highway 40 cleanup every year, and she's volunteered for that. So that is a really good one to do, because they actually walk the entire length of the road all the way down to the Highwood Pass gate closure, and do the entire road all the way down, and you'll be surprised how much crap they find down there as well. So right, I'm going to continue down that way for a good few more kilometres, and then come back up the other side. Right, this point here is as far as you can get. Walking along the bottom, as the river is right up against the bottom of the edge down here. So yeah, so I just had to climb up through that crap. That was not fun. Right. Yeah, that was not fun. But, either way, yes, down the bottom of this piece at the moment, it's too high, you can't actually walk along there, so I will continue down straight. So I've just come down out of Baker Park. Off to the left, the other side of the river, that's Bowness Park. Right in the distance you can see the highway bridge, Stony Trail. I've come through Baker Park, which is the one I've just come through there. This is 85th Street Bridge, and I'm now heading into what's called Beaumont Park. This along here can be hit and miss. You either find loads of stuff along here or nothing. There's a corner right at the far end of here that I call Party Central. It's oh, hang on. I think I see something. Bit of mud there. Oh, looks like a plastic bag. Right, let me grab that plastic bag, and we'll get rid of that. Yes. Yeah. And later on, I will be over the other side of the river, over there. Right, let's get this plastic out of here. Well, so far this section down through the park is actually very clean. It's nice. This is a nice bike ride around here. This is one of the first bike rides I ever did in Calgary, actually, when I moved here. Along this pathway. Yeah. And up, and there's a bridge up around the corner. Oh, some people coming, so I shall put the camera away. Right, let's see what else I can find. Right, those people are gone. But not doing too bad. This is the third bucket. Just started the third bucket here. But this piece along here is actually moving fairly good. Right, this is an important intersection. If I go across the bridge here, it turns it into a 6k loop. If I go straight on, it's near a 12. And of course now would be a perfect time for a train to come through, but it never does. Oh, piece of garbage. Let me grab that and I'm going to head across the bridge. Right, we head up across the bridge, see what we've got going on here. Looks pretty good. Now would be a perfect time for a train to come. Of course it never does. When we get to here, there's never a train. This is a perfect spot for a train. It never comes. No. Right, so I will continue on round to where those dogs are, and that. Right, yeah. Let's see what I can see up that way. This guy just gone across on one of them powered skateboard things. Yeah. That's what all that noise was. Right. I will head over this way, see if I can see any along there. I can hear a wood chipper somewhere. Somebody's chipping some wood. Right, let's head down that way and see if there's any garbage down there. Now would be a very good time for a train to come through. Not sure I'd stand under here with a 16,000 ton train going across the top though. Yeah. Right. Oh, don't look too bad. I don't think I'm going to go all the way down. I just asked a guy, he'd just been down the bottom, and he said he didn't see any garbage down there, so that's good. This bit's always a nice walk. Come down here in the summer, there's always loads of people down here. Yeah. I call this bit Party Central. You'll find a lot of the kids and that come down here and what have you. Yeah. Which is good, they've got to go somewhere. Right, well actually it looks pretty clean along there. So the guy said he didn't see any garbage up the other end, so I will head back up this way and go from there. See what else I can find. Right, over one of my favourite bridges. I found quite a bit. Bucket's almost full. It's getting pretty heavy, so there is a bin the other side of here, so we'll empty that out. Just found a whole bunch of bits of firewood floating down the river. So, yeah, pulled those out. There's a campfire site down there. You'll find all the teenagers and what have you like to go and hang out down there. So I just found some firewood. And, just up behind there you can see the campfire site there. So better to drag it out the river. Somebody make some use of it. Right. Yes. Yeah, pretty clean. I'll take that. Right. Okay. Somebody over there with a wood chipper. I keep hearing it chomping up wood. Why is there never a train comes when I'm down here with camera? You know, as soon as I get up around the corner here and get far away from the track, train's going to come. Always does. Yeah. It's like they hide. They know I'm here. Yeah. Right, let's head down to this bin just off on the left here. I can empty this one out. That'll be the third bucket. Yes. Ooh. Alright. I thought I heard a train there for a minute. Yeah. Right. Let's head down and empty this one out. Go from there. Pretty good. Yes. Right, let me just empty this one out in this bin and go from there. Right, bucket emptied. Just straightened up a bunch of the fences along here. They put in a whole bunch of new trees along here, but you have to put the beaver fences up because there's a lot of beavers in the city. So they have to have the beaver fence around us. So I just squared all the beaver fence back up. Hopefully it'll keep them off the trees. Yeah. Right, on I go. She looks pretty clean down in here. This corner tends to be pretty good. It's a handy place for a bin, that is. There needs to be a bin the other side. Yeah. I have asked for a bin the other side. Yeah. So far, nothing. Oh, is that fence any good around there? Oh, let me just square this fence up a bit here too. Right, bridge looks pretty good. I see somebody's been cutting these trees out of here again. Yes, I'll keep an eye on that. You'll find that some of the people in the houses back here like to cut on all the bushes because they like to be able to have their view. Well, this is a public area. It's not your bushes to cut down, so don't. Yeah. So we will document that. Yes. So, yeah, we had a problem with that down at Glenmore many years ago, and somebody cut a whole bunch of trees out, so the city actually planted up huge great tree belts in there. Yes. Trees are there for a reason. Now the beavers take them down, that's fine. Yeah. But when people just cut them out so that they have a view, not fine. Yeah. Right. On we go. Yeah. Just started the next bucket. Found a couple of little bits already. Let's continue up this way and round into the other park. Right, so just come up that way. It's pretty clean. This piece along here I can quite often find a lot of stuff in. But they make a rule of always trying to pull something out of here as I go by. Oh, I see a couple of bits there. Right, my theory is if I keep pulling bits out of here, eventually there'll be none in here. All this hedge was cut right back. It was literally right out across the path, so it's all been cut back now. So I can see more garbage in there, so I shall get that out. Right, so I'm going to head back down towards the river down here. Yeah. Must be summer. All the shorts are coming out. Spray on Lulu shorts. Most definitely is summer. It's 7 degrees and yeah, all the young ladies are out running around in spray on Lulus. Yeah. Which is good. Makes for a much more interesting walk around town. Yeah. However, 7 degrees. Yeah. Quite amazing, isn't it? After the winter, 7 degrees feels actually toasty warm. Any other time of the year feels cold. Yeah. Perception, isn't it? Oh, that's like a piece of garbage over there. Let me hone in on that. Looks like garbage. Is it garbage? Yes, it is. Let me grab that. Right, let's get that out of there. I'll tell you something that is nice. This path in front of me, look how quickly it drops off. Right, if you come up here in the winter, I can tell you now, getting down this hill is very, very interesting. This camera does not do it justice. It is literally pigeon step, balls of the feet drop to get down here. Scrunched up toes just to get down the hill. Yeah. You try that in the winter when there's just nothing but sheet ice. It's really quite interesting. Yeah. Right, a reasonable flow through there. Beavers have built another dam up in there. You can see the beaver dam up in there. That's good. Lots of beavers in the city, which is good. Yeah. That corner there looks pretty good. The bridge looks good. Right, let's head along this way. Sometimes you find a lot of garbage up along here, but it shouldn't be too bad. Right, let me go along here. I saw Dave Crooks was out for one of his marathon training runs up here, and I think it should all be good from what I saw in his video. Right, that's where I was just now, down along there. Just come up along that way. That's the dog park over the other side of there. Go up through here. And Dave uses this as part of his marathon training route, and you are quite correct, Dave. This is a little squishy along here, mate. Oh, I see a coffee cup in the bush. So this is the stuff, once it grows up, look at that, it's just off the trail. It's off the trail far enough in the bushes as to be hard to see once it all greens up. So let me just get that out of there and I'll continue on my way. Right, like I say, just come along that way. Things you find when you start looking. Just found this. This is rather cool. It says grateful in Canadian maple leaf. Yes, very grateful that we live in this country. So I just found that. I was going to pick that up because it looked like a piece of garbage, but I won't. What I will do is I'll stick that back in there. There we go. Very nice. Now, I'm not sure who put that there. Somebody had obviously put it there. But yes, you are correct. We're very grateful to live in this amazing country. Very grateful for this nice warm weather too. Yeah. Yes. Right. I will continue on my way. and back up into Bowness Park. This is one of the problems you find in the park. There is a huge homeless problem here in Calgary. People tend to brush it aside, but this lot needs cleaning up, so I'm not sure how much of this I can get in my bucket, but I will certainly do my best. Right, see what I can do. Right, well, I cleared up as much as I could. I filled a bucket, I've stomped on it several times, but there's some really yucky stuff in there, which I'm not touching. Sorry, I'm not cleaning that up. So yeah, got a bucket full. There's one bucket full less in there. Right, I shall continue on my way. Right, so I've just come that way, very sloppy. Yeah, cleaned up a lot of that mess along there. This is bucket number 4. So yeah, that all looks pretty good down there. This is the 85th Street Bridge. That's where I came across the other side there. And I'm going to head up back around this side, empty this bucket out, and go from there. More happy helpers. Those 2 young ladies just gave me a hand to empty the bins out, which is perfect. Right, so I will head up along this side. This has been frozen over most of the winter because this is part of the skating loop when you come down ice skating down through here. So I shouldn't think this has had much attention since then. There's no trains coming, so we should be good. Right, I will head up along here, try not to get run over by the train. Oh no! Oh no! But the Intercity 125 suddenly comes hammering down the track. Yep. Right, let me continue and oh, just spotted some garbage. I'll just grab that and continue on my way. Oh, and the dog's going to investigate the cobra chickens. That's never wise. Don't mess with Canada geese, I tell you. They are totally fearless, absolutely fearless. You tangle with one of those, you'll regret it. Yeah, they're relentless. They just don't stop. Yeah. Yes, never wise to mess with those. Cobra chickens are bad. bad. Yeah. Well, I have to say the City Parks guys have done an excellent job cleaning up through here. They always do. Yeah, they always do a really good job of keeping this nice and clean. But there's always little bits though, so I've got to walk this way back to the car. So I will see if I can see anything they missed. I doubt it, because they are very good. Yeah, right. Let me get back onto the trail on this side. This has been frozen over for a while because the water's down. Sometimes there might be some garbage down there on the rock. So let me do that and I'll continue on my way. Well, I think I'll use that as my closeout shot. So thanks for coming along. It's 5 buckets. This is the 5th bucket. So that's probably a third in the bottom of there. So 4 1/3 buckets. A lot of it was from that homeless piece I found just now. Right, I will call it for now. I was going to do a time lapse of the clouds, but the clouds don't seem to be moving that fast. Right, let me go and empty this bin and be on my way. Thanks for coming along.